Hey, blessed risings to all my Virgos out there. How you guys doing? Welcome, collective, to this table. I'm super happy to be able to finally get to talk to you all or to vibe with you, however you see fit. Thank you for all of my viewers who are returning. Whether you have checked your other placements that I've, read on, or if you are new, I really appreciate you coming through, most definitely. Spirit, I please ask that you keep this reading protected, sacred, and just between me and the community. Please allow no interferences to come between the messages that you have directly are giving me directly to produce to them. Some of you might have an issue with your throat chakra at this point. It was a little hard to get that out. Make sure you do check your other placements. And so we're going to start. Spirit, what is the current, and I wrote this down so I don't mess this up. What is the current zodiac planet or elements that are affecting the Virgo presently? Virgo came out. This is what is affecting you presently. There may be some things that you have to be aware of pertaining to the characteristics of not only your sign, but you as well. Let's see, Spirit. Keep coming through with the come through. What will come into play as far as intervention, or what will happen? What will come into play? Let's see, Spirit. Venus energy. And what will the result be by the end of the month? Sagittarius. All right, and we are in the month of May. So I'm going to write some of this stuff down, Virgo, so I can always come back and look at it. So what you have affecting presently is you. Venus is the recommendation that leads you to the Sagittarian energy. Numbers that could be significant to you this month are 6, 16, 1, 6, or 9. You could even possibly divide, the 6s are divisible by 3, the 9 is divisible by 3. So maybe this could be in cahoots to how some type of structure or you coming together with others or just going on your own path. And it could be about how you're doubling up, because 3 is 3, but then when you have it doubled up, it becomes 6. So you could be doubling up or seeing things, double or quadruple for you in the month of May. This reading is going to be slightly longer because I'm trying to give you as much detail as possible and be able to understand as much as I can to, provide you with what's necessary to move forward. So presently, Virgo, what's affecting you? I'll just read what Virgo is. Earth, mutable. The key phrase is I analyze. The realistic of Earth creates a stable eye of the storm center in the swirling mutable energy and suggests shutting out all distractions in order to properly analyze the situation. The key phrase, I analyze, clearly states the motivation in this situation as what can be ignored and what must be attended to. The details matter. Analysis is a great skill, as is paying attention to details. However, taken to an extreme, those gifts can become traps of pettiness and obsessiveness. Avoid being overly critical. Do not get in your way this month. Allow things to be as they're going to be. Take some time out to, like it says, the key phrase for your particular zodiac, and your zodiac is clarifying you right now, whether this is your sun, moon, rising, or you have a rather more significant placement, other significant placement of Virgo. What are you analyzing? Are you taking time to sit back, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to the situations that you're in, or the people, places, and things that you involve yourself in, or all around, or are around? And then the second question is, what can be ignored? and what must be attended to. So some of you may be taking on too much that you need to let go. Some of you might still be holding on to like dead weight. You should have been washed that off. You know, am I at a place now where I still have to deal with these types of people, these types of scenarios, these types of things? Or am I at a place now where that doesn't even affect, you know, me anymore? And it's not something that I have to be bothered about or something that I have to be scared of. Right? So the intervention comes in that's going to hit it with the number 16 is Venus energy. So we're going to go to Venus. Venus is associated with Venus, the goddess of love, fertility, and beauty. Venus is all about what you value, such as money and possessions, but also your ideals. Love, relationships, and partnerships are also indicated if the Venus card is revealed. Okay, so you might come into some and relationships can be different things. They can be relationships of intimacy. It can be platonic. It can be family, sibling, you know, relationships can be partnerships, business, you know what I'm saying, partnerships, essentially. Like, it can be a multitude of those things, but something is going to come into place, something divine that deals with some type of connection that you have with others. And like it said, the Venus is a goddess of love, fertility, and beauty. Maybe, and I was saying that too, don't be vain. You may have many different people or communities, entities that want to invest in you, right? But you got to take the time to sit back and say, hey, what, you know, is this worth it? You know, did I level up into this? Is this even a level up from where I'm coming from? Okay. And once you take the time to look into that and be able to express that, because at the end of the day, to me, this is a lot of like feminine. The images are very feminine. They're alluring. Even with the green one, it's alluring. She looks seductive, of course. Even got the Medusa, you know, snake and all that. And then there's this energy over here of calmness. It's like right here as a Virgo. And if you look at it, think of this like a globe. Like, you know, looking through a globe. Inside of it is probably where you take yourself to. So you know how to block out the rest of these things that are distractions. I'm sorry, that are distractions and they don't have nothing to do with you. All this fire and, you know, war zone area on the outside. You can't concern yourself with that, even if it means news, like you listening to the news and stuff. Like you gotta be able to separate yourself from people, places, and things that have nothing to do with yourself, you know, essentially. So all this takes you to lead to Sagittarius. We're at 8:28 on my clock, you know, for timing purposes. But this takes you to this Sagittarius energy, right? Fire, mutable, I perceive. Fire's strong drive strives to stand out from the crowd as it resists in the mutable go with the flow quality. The key phrase, I perceive, means there is motivation to look around to, discover your own individuality while finding your place in the world. In this situation, ask, how can I be true to myself? Be honest with yourself and with the rest of the world. Sagittarian energy is said to be a mile long and an inch deep, as well as self-involved. Slow down so that you can perceive the depth as well as the breadth of the situation. Avoid careless unkindness. You're a hot commodity in your own right. You're going to have a lot of earth. You'll have a lot of, well, you're earth sign, Virgo, but there's a lot of earth here. And then you have fire coming in. But along with this earth energy with Virgo and Venus, you got to remember to bring that Venus energy is supposed to, you know, kind of be what what meshes it all together. Earth, fire, and water. The water is supposed to help you to be able to not overanalyze. The water helps with emotions and free flowing. So if we are opening our emotions up or opening ourselves to our emotions, even if you're doing it, you know, in your own privacy, not necessarily to someone else. Once you start opening into that world, now you can actually talk about truth. You can talk about facts because you now have a more developed eye for what's going on around you. I'm in control of what's going on with me. All of these things around me, this fire, this chaos, have nothing to do with me. And some of you may already be in that energy and doing that, okay? Spirit, which crystals or gemstones would you recommend for Virgo to take some time to align with for the month of May right now as we course through? And they go from, you know, having, you know, standing in that earth energy to allowing, you know, the water to flow through. Because if earth has water, then what happens? Growth happens. Plants arise. Even if the dirt has the water, if you move the dirt underneath somewhere, there's insects, you know, a unit, a family. And they're growing too from that soil being wet. Like, it's very important. You know, if you have something that is, let's say, not dry or flammable, basically. If you're not flammable, no one can make you be unnecessarily controlling, or not make you, but have you in that energy of being unnecessarily controlling or striking with words or feeling like, hey, I got all this and I can talk that talk. Like, you shouldn't, don't allow that to happen, because when you speaking out fire out your mouth, bring the heat, but bring the heat in the right type of way. You know, bring it to real things that need real conversation and time put in to create a solution. Not the BS. You know, you don't have time for that, Virgo. The first one we have is ametrine, excuse me. Energetic, intuitive, and connected. A combination of amethyst and citrine. Ametrine opens the pathways between the physical realm and the spiritual realm with sunny disposition. This stone can alleviate stress during challenging life situations. With the ability to go beyond the surface, ametrine brings the shadowy parts of us to light, healing deep wounds and trauma by confronting them directly. Ametrine encourages you to hop in the driver's seat, take control of your life, aiding in discernment and clarity. Ametrine gives you the confidence to take the lead. Ametrine is stone for Libra, and the planets associated with it are Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto. So some of you may have a significance of Libra placement in your chart. Check and see if your Libra placement falls in Jupiter, Neptune, or Pluto. Some of you who I'm speaking, you know, saying, oh, Virgo, you may have the energy of not only Virgo, you may be a Sagittarius and have the energy of Virgo. You may be a Sagittarius and have the energy of Libra. You could be a Libra and have Virgo and Sagittarius somewhere in your chart. But somewhere in your chart displays some type of position. There's going to be something that pertains to how you invest in yourself. You have to start investing in that dark part of you that, you know, you might have touched on, you might have handled it. You know, we work, we live in life, you know what I'm saying, going to work, paying the bills, doing the things that we're supposed to do all the time. And sometimes the things that we have to focus on, we're not necessarily talking about that. We're not sitting down and thinking about that. I had somebody tell me, you know, a good friend of mine, like, you know, why worry about the past? And it's just like, hey, I'm not worried about the past, but the past happened. And right here, right now, if I'm not able to cipher through how or why those past things were happening, how am I actually going to be able to grow forward? People are so scared to go deep within and feel like, oh man, this is just, it's going to be painful. It's going to be too much. And I don't want to deal with that. You're not watering yourself though. That's what it is. You're not allowing yourself to grow. You can't be the dirt be the plant and then expect for the sun to just pop out. Like, it doesn't work like that. If the sun just comes out on you, which is this, comes out on you like this, you're going to be burnt to a crisp, right? Not unless you have a fire hydrant or some source of liquid, water, emotions that are going to come into play to do what? To protect you from what? Self-sabotaging. So, from reading that ametrine card, definitely take some time out. And Libra is balancing energy. So there needs to be some balance in there. I don't know if it's that the collective that I'm speaking to is holding up an image or something of that nature. There is no image to hold. It's not going to do nothing but make you be upset in the end. This image that you know, just no. And I was going to say at the beginning, I think I might have said it, just surrender. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just give in to the universe at this point. You know. One more card, Spirit. Or you can give me two, you know, because I might be... The collective is the collective, but y'all each got something a little bit different going on amongst even that collective. You know what I mean? Calcite. Amplify, cleanse, open. Double trouble. Calcite has a unique optical quality. When you are looking through the stone, it appears doubled. Calcite can amplify energy for higher awareness and healing, pairing well with other crystals and taking on their attributes to increase their metaphysical abilities. A powerful dissolver. Calcite transforms negative energy for release and renewal. It also aligns the chakras, cleansing the aura of toxicity and renewing energy flow. Calcite reminds you that there's always a new beginning. You just have to decide when to start. This card is associated with Cancer and Venus. So Cancer, you know, Cancers is emotion. It's moon energy. It's what, you know, is hidden, but it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, no matter what, the divine intervention that I asked when I pulled the card was Venus energy. Something's going to come in that's going to force you to have to emotionally deal. Now, the Sagittarius energy is going to come out regardless. But are you going to be on the side where you can control that fire energy? That control? Or you can control not being vain. You know, because even with these two images on the Virgo and the Sagittarius, she's beautiful and she's alluring. But she could also know just that she is that and be vain. And vice versa for males, take it how you flip it. One more card, Spirit. Sapphire. Royalty, wisdom, knowledge. Fairness rules the kingdom when Sapphire wears the crown. Sapphire wears its power through fortune to those who wear it. A gem with a regal presence throughout history. Sapphire is considered to be sacred, representing celestial hope and faith. Known as the Stone of Wisdom, Sapphire enhances focus, concentration, and learning abilities. Sapphire activates the third eye and throat chakras, guiding you towards knowledge beyond this stratosphere. Amazing. This card is this stone is associated with Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius, Moon, and Saturn energy. So we getting double hits on the Virgo, double hits on Libra, double hits on Sagittarius. And I'm going to say double hits on Moon because I stated about, you know, the Moon and Cancer energy and it being something that's hidden, but it's going to happen no matter what. So take some time to maybe go visit your local metaphysical stores and see, you know, what it is that, what stones they have there. You can even go online, check the authenticity of your stones and things. Like, you can wear them, you can put them on your keychain, you can have them in your car. You know, these are things that are going to better help you. And what you do is you take your time to sit down with your stone and you meditate with them. Whether you hold them in your hand, maybe you're laying on your back and it's on your forehead. Maybe you did something like me where you put it in your belly button and try to see, oh, well, what does that feel like if I put the stone there? But take some time. And again, the throat chakra, that's a double confirmation because I said in the beginning, like, why, I don't know why I couldn't say a couple things I'm trying to say. Don't get caught up in what you need to say. You know, and if you find yourself getting caught up, just calm down and relax and just, you know, give it a second, say it again. But don't get discouraged like, oh, I just can't get it out. Or, oh, you just won't listen. Or, oh, you just can't say. I don't know why, but that's what I'm hearing this, like, this battle kind of, where it's just like, you don't ever want to listen to me. You don't want to hear what I have to say. You don't understand. But it's just like, nobody else needs to understand what you need to understand. You see what I'm saying? So what does Buddha have to offer as advice for my Virgos? How hard is it to stand in truth? Exclamation point. How easy is it to lose yourself to desires? And we talked about that. I know you can't see that, but we did talk about earlier in this reading about analyzing and about thinking about or prioritizing what is important, whether it's material or outside of material things, metaphysical. You know, the truth is the truth. And if you're not living in your truth, then you're choosing to live in an illusion. If you're choosing to go and not heal the way you need to, because it's easier for you to act like, you know, fra la 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 la, this, you know what I'm saying? I can just go through the streets and do what I want. No, that's not how it works. If you cannot be honest with yourself, you're not standing for anything. What's that saying? If you don't stand for, if you stand for nothing, then you fall for anything, right? And many of you could think like, I'm not falling for nothing. I'm this, I'm that. And that could be why I stated about the vanity and the sense of needing that control. Who are you proving this to? And if you're proving something to yourself, why aren't you taking the time to go in and talk to self? And I'm not getting on Virgo at all. It's not like that. All I'm doing is just coming out and keeping it 100 with you. The next card says, as long as you have unwavering faith, you are a truth seeker. So don't, the worldly things out here that are trying to hold you, I don't care if it's a car, if it's a house, if it's you know what I'm saying, stardom, whichever. You still got to follow in your faith 100%. And at the end of the day, if you really believe in what you believe in, even idolize, and I'm talking about, you know, our one true idolization, our highest, you know, the most high, the answers will all come to you. But I think that this reading is a warning and somewhere as well a caution for some of you who are not doing that work to go within, or you doing 50% of it and you kind of back out and then, okay, yeah, no, I want to deal with this. I really want to heal and deal and get my life right. It's like you got to make the decision to go forward and keep going. And you got to allow that dark part, that sadness, or because what make you happy can make you cry, and what make you cry gonna make you happy too. You know what I mean? One more, Spirit. One more good luck card. Go beyond likes and dislikes. Free yourself from attachments. And this reading is kind of it's got that spiritual aspect, but then it has a lot of worldly things kind of attached to it. Desires, looks, fame, image. You know, there's your image that you have to live up to, Virgo, is the image that you create for you. Not what somebody else told you. Not even necessarily how you was taught to do it and grow up. This is how you got to present yourself when you going, you know, out here for your family. Like, you're going to learn and come into new things, or you already have learned and came into new things of understanding where you're not necessarily following, you know, the traditional or the, you know, generational ways and stuff, because you have been enlightened a bit more to those previous processes and, you know, what has came with them as far as attachments and the successes allotted with them. You may be finding that you have success in another way. You may be finding that this version of yourself that you're trying to present, what is that? Like, that's a ghost. That's not real. It's not you. And on the bottom, it says, give thanks for what has been given to you, however little. So don't be vain. Don't be stingy. Don't be nasty and act like even somebody, you know, saying hello to you wasn't worth you, you know what I'm saying, being grateful for that, because the person didn't have to say hi. You know, the person didn't have to give you a call, or the person didn't have to accidentally wake you up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot there. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Be very mindful of your words, mindful of your thoughts, because if you remember, what you think and what you say out your mouth project a lot of energy. And they help determine a lot, especially if it's coming from your third eye, your throat chakra. This is what you're creating for yourself as far as a reality. So I apologize that it's long. I hope, though, that you guys are able to receive something beautiful from this reading. Thank you, Virgo.